I'm not going to comment too much on Twitch chat from this point on, but I will afterwards. Here we go. Hello everyone, my name is Rituro, and this is my life in Silver League. My opponent today, a level 92 Bronze Leaguer named Towley, playing as random on my favorite map, Metalopolis. I'm so glad Metalopolis came back for this ranked ladder pool. I don't think I can express enough how much I have loved this map since Wings of Liberty. It's got drop locations, Reaper hop locations, high yield expansions, 2 very nice watchtowers which you can hold, a layout that is very, very fun no matter how you spawn, either cross spawn or close spawn. A third base is basically tricky no matter how you do it. I just love this map. So here we go with me as the red Terran in the left corner here, the, I guess, mid-left. I guess left, bottom, top, right. There you go. And Towley has randomized onto Zerg. The blue Zerg here. Pretty stand open here. There goes the Overlord for his scouting. So let's skip ahead to the good stuff here. As, looks like pretty standard here. No crazy 6 pooling, not even a 10 pool, I don't think. Towley's going with the macro, which is a good idea here. There's his spawning pool at the 140 mark here. I'm also a little bit slow on my barracks, I think, here, though I do have it up here just before the 2-minute mark myself. Off goes my SCV to do its scouting, as you expect on Metalopolis. The safest thing to do, check that close spawn right away. Last thing you want to do is be rushed or Reaper hopped. I won't find anything there, though. Oh, little SCV, you're about to be so disappointed. So while he gets off on his way here, on maps like this, what I've been trying to do, and certainly for this ranked season, I've been trying to get my Reaper timing back on track. For whatever reason, I've been suffering whenever I try to get the Reapers onto the field. You can see here I have the gas coming in before Supply Depot. Barracks is just about done here, so it should time out that I get the orbital up and running and then start putting SCVs on gas. And there we go. So now I have scouted Towley. I know where the Zerg are, but I'm not paying attention to the SCV. He's off, and it's like, okay, continuing my... Whoa, wait a minute, wait. Just a minute here. Okay. Yeah. We got something going on here. Alright, so having scouted that now we are aware of what is going on. I know what's going on. I don't see anything crazy. I know, alright, I gotta get these Reapers on the field, setting the rally point all the way over right in the blue base here. So Towley knows what he needs to do. He has a queen on the way. No Zerglings yet, I don't think. No, indeed. 2 larvae available. Could start making lings. Let's focusing more on getting that queen on, getting that macro play up and running. A macro move here by Towley is not a bad one, certainly on Metalopolis, when you know your cross spawn. And the Overlord's here. I don't know if the Overlord directly saw it. I know this Overlord sees nothing. This Overlord, did he actually see it? No, he does not see it, but the Lings now are on the field, and they are no doubt sick of that SCV being something of a jerkwad, so there is the defense at the second base. Meanwhile, my SCV is off and running. However, the Reaper has arrived. He's arrived, and he's going to stand around and hover. Alright, good job there, Reaper. Good job, everybody. Well done. That hovering, so good. Second Reaper here on the way, as well as the barracks. 2 more barracks being built here on back of the first, trying to get that mass unit play onto the field here. Macro looking pretty decent here. 5 workers on gas, 11 on minerals, could be a few more. However, the Zerglings realize there's a Reaper in their backfield and they will chase him off. But like I said, I love Metalopolis for this exact reason. Love being able to hop that wall. Meanwhile, this SCV has been chased all the way around the map by the drone here. No relief in sight. However, there is a Marine. A Marine on this high ground. He's going to try and save the day, and he will. Here comes the Reaper as well. And the drone dies. The SCV lives, and thank goodness he is off and away. Minerals going up slightly higher than I would have liked, as I'm not paying attention to my macros. I focus on my micro. A common ailment for Silver Leaguers like myself, but I am going to expand on the back of this here. Getting a bunker down as well. I know there are Lings. I know he may very well rush, so let's do something about that. Meanwhile, Reapers 2 at a time here coming out of the barracks, getting a reactor on as well to try and make that 4 at a time. Lings in the higher ground, trying to watch for any further Reaper drops here. Still just the 1 queen here. If Towley's looking for macro, you'd think you'd want at least 2, if not 4 queens running point here, getting creep, getting injects. But if you look at the units tab here, just 6 lings. There's the second queen now, just popping out. So Tally trying to get his macro play up here. I would assume if he's doing macro, there's going to be some sort of crazy late game rush here. As the creep spread slowly pushes out from Towley's natural expansion. Meanwhile, the bunker is down. There are no Marines in it. Should probably do something about that. There are the Marines, and there are the Reapers having not get a proper rally point. Tech Lab is up. I assume that means Stim will be on the way shortly. Do I pay attention enough to get my Stim going? No, I'm just trying to get these Reapers off and away to go cause some havoc. Now we're getting some Marines on the field. Now we're getting somewhere. Still no Stim, though, which Tech Lab just getting up. I know this is something I have to work on as soon as I see that Tech Lab. I need to get the Stim up and running. Here we go, Tally getting his Banelingness and Infestation Pit. He's already at Lair Tech. He is jumping straight to Hive Tech. So what could this be? He's 2 base. Is 2 base enough to do an Ultra Rush? I mean, he's very low on Vespine, so... I mean, he could Ultra Rush, I guess. What else do you do with a Hive Tech Rush? Meanwhile, if he's looking for the macro to back it up, he may have a problem with the 7 Reapers about to attack his mineral line. Not many drones at this second base. The Reapers don't care. Down go the drones. 2 drones down. 3, 4, 5, almost 6. They will bait the Queen out around here. Actually, there's probably enough to go ahead and go toe-to-toe with this. And they will go toe-to-toe with the Queen. The Queen realizing, oh dear, I have picked the wrong fight. Down goes the Queen. 2 Evo Chambers up and running here. And here come the Lings. However, 7 Reapers is enough to one-shot Lings and out Lings speedboat boost. Though that is about a third of the way done. They can kite those Lings all day long, going right at the heart of the army here. Plenty of Lings on the field. Caught 37 to be precise, but these 7 Reapers have their numbers. They hop the wall. Arm supply 41 to 43, now 41 to 42. It will be even very shortly as the Queen is slowly hopping its way. Changeling dropping down there to try and scout the wall hop, as we will let the drugs kick in and try and get healed. Meanwhile, I am trying to make sure my supply block does not affect me. Doing actually a decent job here of keeping supplies up and running. Also trying to make sure I tech on the back of this as I slowly learn from my mistakes. Reactor on the way as well here with the factory. Not even bothering with mech at this point. I know I've got a good advantage here with the Reapers. I've got a little scouting point out here to try and stop a 3rd base. Feeling pretty good about myself, but more spine crawlers are now on the way, as well as a proxy hatch. Metabolic boost is done now, so the Lings will be harder for me to try and kite, though I have taken down the Changeling, and that Reaper almost falling. 3 kills on that Reaper, although those Lings will easily eat them up for breakfast here as we try to go after the... Oh, not a good idea. Hop the wall, get back up. This is a bad place to be. Oh, don't go up there, no! Oh, so what we've learned here is you can easily throw away 7 Reapers if you do not hop the wall with reckless abandon. The whole point of these walls is to hop them and kite out the Lings. That would have been an ideal time to run past, go straight after the drones. Instead, 7 Reapers thrown away. Poor job there. And the army will fall back, seeing that ball of Lings. 51 to be precise. That's when you fall back, and that's when you bring out the siege tank. So at least I managed to get a read on what is happening here. However, looking at my macro is very pitiful, barely at optimal saturation for the main base command center. The natural, hardly saturated at all. Not doing anything much with gas, so you really don't need to. 2 gas on the main is enough with the early, especially when you want to pump out Marines and get some bio on the field. Oh, here comes the ball, though. Is it going to be in time? Siege check will siege up the Lings, realizing there is enough here to do something about this. Stim only a third of the way done, now cloaking on the way as well for Banshees, which is actually a pretty good read to get Banshees on the field when you know there's no anti-air except for the Queens. A lot of Lings, though. A lot of Lings. The question is, do I know there are Lings? Because I want to stop the Lings before they bust this whole base down. Meanwhile, back at Casa del Tauli, 32 Lings on the way. Insta reinforcements. Just alleviating his supply lock as well. 3 more Overlords on the field, and another Hive Tech. That not another Hive Tech. The Hive Tech is done. That is the Hive Tech. It is on the field, and out come the Lings. So whatever this Hive Rush was meant to do, it is now fully operational. The inject larvae going down on the proxy hatch as well. Larvae, pawn larvae, pawn larvae. Lots of Lings here. This will be a Ling bust, it looks like. got the speedlings, got the banelings, got the overlord checking. Don't know why you would need the overseer tech necessarily. I guess maybe for the changeling? But regardless, I mean, I got the tanks. All I need now is a little bit of stim. And down goes the overlord. Enough of that scouting nonsense. Thank you very much. And that does actually supply block Tally. He is working on his level 2 melee attack, so he is getting the tech up from the double Evo chamber. Only using the one chamber at a time, though. He does have level 1 carapace finished. I'm guessing he's waiting for that second carapace. There's the 3 overlords at a time. Meanwhile, I will take a third base on the back of this. And I don't think Tally is aware. No, he is not aware what's going on. Instead, he's going back to the natural, thinking that, or the high yield, I should say, thinking they're about high yield. Now, this is actually good by Tally. He's not going all Baneling, just enough to make the bust, keeping the speedlings alive to get the surround on the units. Not a bad idea at all. Meanwhile, third base, knowing I need my macro and I need it in a hurry, I have this third base up and running, which is actually pretty good by me to sneak this past Tally, who is not doing the best job of scouting the Zerg. Now, Tally did start as random. Don't forget, he has centrifugal hooks on the way for the Banelings. And his creep spread could definitely be better, though. He is long-distance mining single high yield here from this drone. Alright, you do you, drone. You do you. Meanwhile, Banshees. We have 1 done. Cloaking is done. They got 3 done. 4th on the way. Long-distance mining here. Revealing nothing as I have full gas up and running to try and get my tech on the way. Combat shields up and running here now that stim is done to try and keep those lings alive as long as possible. Burrow being finished here. Interesting tech choice here. I don't see roaches on the field. But, oh, it's an Ultralisk Cavern. That 16-minute Ultralisk Cavern timing, that would explain the rush to Hive Tech. Though, certainly quite delayed. And there's the 4th hatchery at the high yield. Risky there, and the overlords float off into the distance where they provide no scouting, no benefit, and will be all clumped together if I happen to spot them in easy overlord death. Level 2 carapace being done here at the Evo chambers as the double Evo cranks out those upgrades, trying to get the upgrade advantage, which is not a bad idea at all when you have Mass Ling with Ultralisks on the way. I had not a single upgrade. And as soon as I say that, I finally get level 1 weapons on the way very late here now. 2 Ultralisks at a time here with the Ultralisk Cavern done. No chitinous plating just yet. Though I can imagine that would be a good thing to get as Pneumatized Carapace is done here from the hatchery, or is, sorry, underway at the hatchery, about half done. That will give him the faster moving overlord. Not a bad idea. Here comes the ball. There's the scan revealing the burrow. As I decide I'd like to move out, and this might be an interesting combat here. If I do decide to engage, the high ground belongs to Towley, and he will actually Amscray. That scan, though, revealing the army is moving. And this, I think, with Vikings providing air support to try and scare off, they are going to surround that hatchery. Hatchery's going to be at the high yield. It's not a good place to be. Oh, there's the siege up from the siege tanks. There's the stim. It's going to be a bloodbath. The bio will evaporate. Actually, so will the siege tanks come to that. But the problem is, you can take down the bio, you can take down the siege tanks. You can't take down the Banshees. And the surviving Banshees, as the army supplies plummet, 99 to 61, I'm still up and running, and the Banshees will see to it that this hatchery falls. So much for the high yield there for Towley, as he will go back to the drawing board. No production whatsoever. He's floating, as I like to say, a metric whack ton of minerals. Ooh, and he's spending them on infestors. Interesting call. Making the most out of his tech advantage, which honestly is not a bad thing. 8 and 6 infestors at a time here should get that army supply back up to where it needs to be here. And a swarm host. Now we're talking. And 76 lings. Oh my goodness, 76 lings from the proxy hatch. As what little creep spread there is will now be pushed back as I go and look for thirds. There is none. Which I find very interesting on this kind of play. When you are going for that macro rush, and especially a Zerg, why not take the safe third base instead of the tough to hold high yield expansion? Regardless, there's no aerial defense here as the Hellions will try and poke down. There's the cloak, no detection. Ultralisk, Swarm Host, it's delightful, and I'll make sure that Swarm Host does not get a chance to spot or to poke out any locusts, as the drop over here will scare down. The army are actually moving away from the bio, which it can kill, except for that. Actually, they're not even touching the bio. They're on the move command, and this is a poor micro here from Towley, not even paying attention to the army trying to attack around him. Down goes the proxy hatch. Down goes one of the Evo chambers. Not that it matters, as level 2 is good for both. There are the Infest Marines being pooped out by the Infestors. The Banshees is going to town here. This hatchery should fall. And it, in fact, will. Down to one mining base is Towley, but more importantly, he has a ton of units on the field there. I only have my Banshee, but still, when nothing can fight them back, it doesn't really matter. However, when you consider that there is still a large ball of lings on the way here and Ultralisks, even in a base race situation, that's gonna get pretty nasty as the Banshees clean up the drone. They should probably go straight for the hive, as in come the lings. Oh yeah, you had to know this was coming. The counterattack cleaning up the drones here. Was managing to evacuate the high ground siege tank, trying to stop the Ultras from walking up the front door. The SCV's body blocking from walking up the front door. Not a bad idea here as they burrowed Infestor. I think President, the Ultras though, the heavy hitter just cleaving through the SCVs, but thanks to the body blocking, keeps him from walking up the front door, and the siege tank should be able to finish up, and it does. Goodbye, Mr. Ultralisk. Up goes the front door. The counter is blocked. However, there are 5 more Ultras on the field, and down goes the lair tech, or the hive tech. The hive is done. The buildings are being taken out. There are no more bases on the field for Towley. He's got the money to rebuild one. As I scan, looking for other bases, seeing them, realizing, oh my, he's got nothing. He's going for it, which means if I take down all these buildings, it's game over. And as long as I fly away from CCs, it is game over. Focusing down here with the Banshees, nothing to counter them. The siege tanks will run up and stall for time here against the Ultras, which are still pretty darn scary. The Banshees, however, should be able to finish this job off, and in fact, they will. Down goes the Infested Terran, and from the high ground, the siege tanks screwing with the Ultralisks pathing. And indeed, Towley has been defeated, doesn't even get a chance to finish it off as all his buildings have been destroyed. You gotta keep your buildings up if you want to stay in the game, but that, folks, is how you stop a poor Ultralisk rush. Is just pick some Banshees and take down his buildings. This has been just another little slice of my life in Silver League. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Rituro, and we'll see you next time.